Hey there, all y'all good people of YouTube. This is Tenacious Earl back again. I didn't want any of you to think that the recent slew of games regarding golf, especially PC games, didn't want you worrying that was just, kind of like pulling me away from the core focus of this channel. And so, with this being Tabletop Baseball Plus, wanted to get a game in here on the channel before the day was out here, Father's Day. It's a great day for baseball, even though most of us are stuck without being able to watch any baseball from our favorite teams and whatnot. Hopefully, we can enjoy a game here between the Marlins and the Tigers. 2016 teams. This is part of the Tenacious Baseball League version 2.0. Talked about that one a lot, so I don't want to spend too much time introducing it other than just to say this is game 186 out of 270. So we are moving right along. Mets are still in first place. Miami is close behind on their tails, and this is a series they should sweep or at least take 2 or 3 from. So they've already gotten game 1, and we're going to go ahead and get started here with game number 2. It'll be Jose Urena going up against Justin Verlander. So a tough matchup there for the Marlins. They've got a very difficult opponent there in Verlander, but you never know. That's why you play these games. Urena, his ERA for this season 6.13, and he had 12 starts. So we've got to get some starts in for him. Up to 4, and this will be his second. So the lineup, and I've been to the dispensary of hopped alcoholic beverages. So I'm in a pretty good mood. Just want to have some fun with this, play out a game, see what happens, see who wins for all of you on the channel here. So the lineup for Miami going against Verlander. Chris Johnson started the previous game at first, so he is well below the cutoff to need rest. I believe everything else is a full strength lineup. D. Gordon at second will lead off, then JT Realmuto catching, Christian Yelich in left. Marcell Ozuna. Oh, I forgot about the big guy in right. That's the other one. So Marcell Ozuna in center, Martin Prado at third base. Derek Dietrich will get the start at first. Adeiny Hechavarria at short. Giancarlo Stanton will also get a rest day. It'll be Ichiro out in right, and then Urena batting ninth in pitching. So, and for the Tigers, they're let's see. I'm trying to remember who. I don't think they had any. So it was 4, 2, and 7. So James McCann gets the day off at catcher. Kinsler has enough plate appearances. And then 7 was Upton. He also was up above 600. So the only change is at catcher. Kinsler, second base, leads off. Miguel Cabrera at first will bat second. Jared Saltalamacchia will get the start, catching and batting third. JD Martinez in right. Justin Upton in left. Casey McGee at third base. Cam Maben in center. Jose Iglesias shortstop. And Justin Verlander pitching. So here we go with Marlins at Tigers. Marlins got game 1. It was seen here on the channel. So let's go ahead and get going. There is 1-9 against Verlander. That is going to be a grounder to second base. So that'll be Kinsler up with it. Throws to first in time. 1 down. JT Realmuto, 4-6. Batting from the right. That is a strikeout. 2 down. Yelich. There's a 4-5 lefty. That's another strikeout. So Great start there for Justin Verlander. 1, 2, 3. Down go the Marlins. So it will be Tigers. And Ian Kinsler. That is a 5-6. He is batting from the right. That is a strikeout. So 1 out. Miguel Cabrera. I should be kind of telling you guys some heretofores about each of the teams. So let's go ahead and just kind of give you a little bit of flavor of what's going on, maybe for different batters. Miguel Cabrera batting .326. He has 10 doubles and 6 homers on 24 runs batted in currently in the campaign. So on a pace for only on a pace for 18 homers, which actually I'd say he's on a pace more like maybe 30, and he was at 38 in this season, so he may be up for a little bit of an uptick here soon. But here's Cabrera, 2-9. There's a grounder to shortstop, and that'll be Hechavarria throws to first for the second out. And now Saltalamacchia hasn't had too many at bats, batting a .135, well below the Mendoza line. He does have 5 home runs. Somehow, seems like every hit he's gotten is probably a homer. He does have 1 triple as well. So here's Saltalamacchia, 2-7. Well, he's going to draw a walk, so help his OBP there. Brings up J.D. Martinez. Saltalamacchia, I don't think he has no steal rating. So 1-8 strikes out to end the inning. JD came off an injury. He is batting .282, and he has 5 home runs. You know what I might be able to do? Let me take a look at my screen here. And there's no place really to put it. So I was going to try and put up a little flavor of the stats, but there's really not much. 1 away, Martin Prado. 6-2 righty. That'll be a fly ball to left, where it's going to be an X chance, so got to check his defense. That will be Justin Upton. He's a 3. 3-1 is going to be, I believe, a double. I need to get the chart out and actually check. That is a double. Let's see if there's any air involved. I don't believe so. He's an E4, which is below the cutout. But that is a double for Prado. First hit of the game for either team. So now Derek Dietrich. Potential wild pitch. Also, I want to get up here and put up Miami's stats. Dietrich is he's batting .313 with he's got 4 homers. So wild pitch for Verlander is a 1-6, and it's a 2. Do you see that on the thing? Yes, you do. So a wild pitch moves Prado 90 feet away. A sac fly would do the job now with Dietrich at the plate. 1-5, that is a strikeout, and so Verlander is on the verge of getting away with this. I was going to say the infield would probably be back there and conceding the run, but here we go with Hechavarria. He's batting .257 with a homer and 13 runs batted in. Need a big hit from him. 2-5. That's a grounder to first base, and that will be made by Cabrera. He's going to take it bag himself, and they work around that 1-out walk. No runs, a hit. 1 left. So Verlander gets away with that. Hello, Cesar. Yeah. I don't know what that's about, but hopefully all is well with you, sir. On Father's Day, hopefully you're having a good day. And we're going to the bottom of the second. It'll be the Tigers up, and it will be Justin Upton. 3-6, and that is going to be hit well against the righty. This is a 1-17 homer check, so a great chance at a homer here for Upton, and it is gone with a 12. 1-0 lead, solo leadoff homer in the second, and Detroit goes up 1-0. That is Upton's. Let's see, where are you, Justin Upton? That's his 6th homer and 16th run batted into the campaign, batting a rather silly little 221, but it's probably going to go up a degree or two there after that bomb, but still, he's a 245 hitter on the season, so he is underperforming a little bit. Okay, here is McGee. 1-6. He's going to single. Knocks it right through the gap and into the green. So McGee on board. Cameron Maben. McGee, that was his first at bat for the Tigers. Maben hitting a cool 368. He's performing well here for Tigers. There's a 2-4. And he gets a hold of one. This is going to be a triple, if not a homer. 1-10 home run. It's a 5. It is gone. So Maben gets a hold of it. That's a 2-run homer and 3 runs on 3 hits in the second inning here. And Detroit takes a 3-0 lead. So home runs by Justin Upton and Cameron Maben have given Jose Reyna a tough look on life right now. Iglesias 1-2. That will be a single to center, and now we've just got a bunch of hits right in a row here. Pitcher spot up. Verlander will get up there. He's C bunter. We're going to make him D because the infield will be in, expecting it. So the bunt and a 6. That's a defense check. So that means they could try to get Iglesias. He's kind of a quick runner, so instead they're just going to take the sure out. With a 2, I believe that is the catcher. Might be the pitcher, but that's okay. Okay, so 1 out, runner at second, and it will not be Justin Upton. Kinsler batting .318, 7 homers, 25 runs batted in. What's his stats here? 28. So he's pretty much on course. An 83. Yeah, he's doing pretty much what you would expect from him as far as his power output. So Kinsler with runner at second and 1 out. 6-8. That is a strikeout. He has not reached his point of ineffectiveness yet. 6-8. There's a lot of junk there, but that is a good roll for the pitcher. So now with 2 outs and a runner at second will be Miguel Cabrera. See if Miggy can do something here. 3-6. 1-6 single. Otherwise, this will be a grounder to short, and it will be the final out. Oh, and it's a 1. That'll be a 3-6. That's a single, but only 1 base advance. So Iglesias will have to hold up at third. And that means Saltalamacchia comes up with runners at first and third and 2 outs. And he has been cracking a couple of them deep lately. Let's see. 2, 5, Another walk is going to load the bases. He has earned 2 walks, and Urena is really walking on thin ice. And here we have a chance with a 2. Well, let's roll it through the hole. I didn't do that. So that's still the same thing. That's going to be a passed ball chance. So it's Real Muto, a 1 or a 2, and no passed ball. But now we re-roll here for Martinez. 6'4" righty. It's a ballpark single. For the right-hander, it's 1 to 11. And it's a 7. That will be a 1-base advance single. In comes Iglesias. That'll make it 4-0. And now Upton. If another run scores, this would mean Urena is ineffective, and he's going to end up having some issues. So 2 outs. Base is still loaded. 5-7 righty. Grounded to second base. This will be D. Gordon. Not holding anybody on because the bases are loaded. 2 E15. 2 and a 1 is going to be a single. And Miami is getting the major brunt of this dice assault today. A little dice on card crime here. And that's going to be a single with 1 base advance. And then let's see, that's a 5. That's it. Let's see, it's a rare play. Single 1 base. With runner on first base, batter hits the line drive, hits the runner. With no runner on first. Whoa, Nelly, that is interesting. So this is a 5. 5 is a rare play. And we got a single 1. But with a single 1, if there is a runner on first, the batter hits a line drive, which hits the runner. The runner on first is called out. And because this is the 3rd out, that is going to get them out of the inning. So we're going to call that a U3. Fielder's choice. Ends the inning. No run score there as a result of that play. But 4 across in the inning. The Tigers are going to be ahead 4-0 after 2. Okay, only one here in the chat right now, but that's quite all right. Hopefully everybody's having a good Father's Day. I'm having a pretty good one. Like I said before, I went to my local favorite brewery and picked up some libations. Actually picked them up. I just drank them. Picked them up and poured them down my throat. So here is Ichiro, top of the 3rd, behind 4-0. They need to come back, and it's going to be tough against Verlander. Lefty 4-3. That is a fly ball to right. And right fielder's J.D. Martinez. He's a 4-rated. 4-9. I think that's a single. So this is the potential comeback start for them. That is a single. See if there's any air involved in that. There's a 7 on an E8. No, there's no air. But Suzuki will get on board with a single. Verlander good at holding runners. So, although it's hurt with Saltalamacchia. So, you get a -3 for Verlander, but a +2 for Saltalamacchia. So that makes -1. So from 19, that would be -3. It's 16. They're going to bunt with Urena. Urena is an A, so they're going to play with the corners in. That makes him a B. B10. may get away with that and get a 1 and 2 out of it, but I think that might just be a pop-up. It is a pop-up, so that's going to be a P4. 1 out. So now Ichiro, he's going to try to get a lead. Needs a 6 total on the blue dice. Gets a 4, so that will not... He can't get a good lead. And so with 1 out, it's going to be D. Gordon. 4-7. Lefty is a strikeout. Now JT Real Muto. 4-4 righty. Ballpark single, 1-11. And it's a 13. That'll be a liner to short. 1, 2, 3. Actually, not 1, 2, 3. Suzuki stays at first. 1 hit. 1 left. Tigers up 4-0. So Urena getting hit a little bit. And it's going to be Casey McGee, who is 1 for 1. He singled and scored. 2-5 is a strikeout. Cameron Maben. And there's 2. That is a strikeout. 2 down. Urena right in the ship a little bit. Now can he get Iglesias out and make this a 1-2-3 inning? 5-11 righty. Grounder to first base. The grounder will be to Dietrich. 4-10. 4-9. For an infielder, that might be okay. Let's see. 4-9. It is a G3 with nobody on base, so he does get to it. And then 12 on the E10. And he makes the play to retire the side. So we'll say 3-1. And there is the 1-2-3 inning the Marlins needed. They need to get to work with the bats. So, yeah, this is where the old energy starts to run dry a little bit. So, top of the 4th, getting to that period after drinking some beer where you start to feel a little tired. Yelich 2-9 is a grounder to second, and it's just one off of a good roll, but that's going to be Kinsler who throws the first for the out. Asuda, 1-7 is a homer on D20. And he gets a 4. That is a solo homer for Marcell Ozuna. He takes Verlander deep, 4-1. Shame there couldn't have been anybody on base, but now it'll be Prado. 3-8. Fly ball to center, and Maben will make the catch. Now Dietrich. 3-8. That's a single. And now Adeiny Hechavarria. 2-9's a grounder right back to Verlander, and Verlander throws to first in time. So 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left. Okay, bottom of the 4th. This may be it for Urena, as his spot is up. 3-7 is a grounder to second base. Whoops, that'll be D. Gordon throwing to first. Ian Kinsler. 1-7, that's a fly ball. Caught by Ozuna, and now Miguel Cabrera. 1-7, that's a 2-out single. 2 for 3 for Miguel. Brings up Stratomatic. 1-8, that's a strikeout to end the inning. No runs, a hit. 1 left. I think this will depend upon whether or not Suzuki gets on base again right here, whether Urena will hit. If he doesn't get on base, I think Urena will just go ahead and hit. 3-3 is a grounder to short. That'll be Iglesias throwing it first, so yes, Urena will come to the plate. 5-10, batting from the right, I believe. Let's see. I believe so, yes. Batting from the right. Grounded to third base. That'll be Casey McGee. 4, E6, 4 and 2 will be a single. And then a 6 on the E6. No error, but Urena gets on. Now D. Gordon. I hope you guys don't hear me yawning, but I'm sorry. I'm a little winded here, a little tired. Grounded to second. Gonna get the 4-6 force play, but Gordon is way too fast. Let's see. We're gonna try and get a lead here for D. Gordon. Need a 2 through a 6 on the sum. There's a 5, so that's going to be a 1-16 roll. He's 19, but then you it's -1 for the hold factor between the catcher and the pitcher. Stratomatic and Verlander, and then you subtract another 2 for the good lead. So, and being held. So 1-16, 10. So he beats the throw by quite a bit. It's a Real Muto with 2 outs. Oh. Wild pitch potentially 1-6. And it's not going to come out. So here is Gordon. So Stratomatic blocks it. 2-5 is a double. That's going to score a run. RBI for Real Muto as Gordon comes in. And the stolen base makes it a lot easier. So now Christian Yelich, 4-2. And the Marlins on the prowl here. 4-8 lefty. And he strikes him out to retire the side. Another single run. 1 hit, a stolen base, and 1 left. Actually, 2 hits. Jose Urena helping it out his cause there. Now JD Martinez will lead off the bottom of the 5th. .612 against a righty grounder back to Urena. 3 and 17 is he gets to it, and then an 8 on an E17. And he makes the play. 1 out. Justin Upton, 3-8. And he's going to come up with a double here. He's already got a homer. 1-15 is a double. That's 11. So finds the gap and rolls into second. Brings up Casey McGee. 1 out. Runner at second base. 2-3. Grounded to third. Going to look the runner back. 2 outs. Excuse me. Let's see, runner at second, and a ground ball B6. It's first base or second base, so it was hit to third base, so no advance. I was right before. Okay, still runner at second, and 2 outs, and it's going to be Cameron Maben, who has also hit a homer. 4-7 righty. That'd be 1-6 a single. Looking for a high number here. If yes, and they get it. So a grounded third base again, and the play is made. No runs, a hit. Well, hopefully you dads are out visiting your family or whatever, or just having a good time at home. Pretty quiet day here on the channel. Of course, with me sitting here yawning half the time, that doesn't really help much. So 4-2, going to the top of the 6th. And I need to get out my pitching chart to figure out who is available and who isn't. Because Urena is pretty much at his limit, so I think we need to get Dustin McGowan warming up here for the bottom of the 6th. So Osuna be the first to take a whack at Verlander here. 3-7, grounded a shortstop, and he's 1 for 3. Did hit a solo homer, but that's the first out. Prado, 2-11. That's a grounded at third base, so that will be McGee throwing to first to Cabrera for the out. And now Derek Dietrich. 3-8. That's a single. So 2 singles for Dietrich. He'll try and get a steal here if he can. He needs snake eyes. Doesn't get it. So Hechavarria. Whoops. Let's make sure this guy. 3-4. And that's a pop out to shortstop to end the inning. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, eh? And Urena, he is going to come out. That will be McGowan. So 5 innings for Urena. So it'll be Iglesias, then Verlander. Top of the order, 1-6 is a potential homer for Iglesias, but only a 10% chance here. 1 or a 2, that's not going to work. So it'll be a fly ball left and caught. So Iglesias hit 4 homers, so all is right in the world. Verlander up. 1-7 is a strikeout. $3-7 for Kenzor. Pop out to third base. I'm sorry about yawning. I feel terrible about it, but sometimes the brain just hits the wall, and I'm kind of hitting the wall right now. So up a little too early, and a little bit of alcohol does that to me. So McGowan is going to have to come out of the game. And Nick Whitgren will warm up to come into the game in relief. And so it'll be Suzuki, top of the 7th. Verlander, if he can get through this inning, this will probably be it. 4-4 lefty. That's a ballpark single, but a 1-2 on the lefty ballpark single, and that is a liner to second for the out. Okay, so pinch hitter against Verlander. Everybody's a right-hander, so they will go with Miguel Rojas. Two 7 fly ball left. That'll be caught by Upton. And now D. Gordon. 5-11 lefty. Grounded at first. It's going to be Miguel Cabrera. He's a 3 E8. 3-7. Does get to it. And then he was, what do you say, E8? E8 and 16. That is an error, so that's going to make things a little interesting. That's an E3. They're going to see if he can get through Real Muto here, Verlander. So Detroit, what's their current situation? They're in pretty decent shape. They'll get they're going to get Justin Wilson warming up for the lefty Yelich. So if Real Muto does not get retired here, that'll be it for Verlander. 1-7 is a strikeout to end the inning. So big out there for Verlander. No runs, no hits, and error. 1 left. Verlander goes 7. And it will be Nick Whitgren, the new pitcher for Miami. So against Miguel Cabrera. 5-6 a strikeout. Oops, wrong spot. 1 down. Saltalamacchia, 2-12. Ballpark home run. 1-11. Saltalamacchia is hitting long balls, and it's gone. That is 5-2. Salty with another. Here's JD Martinez. That's a 3-10. There's another ballpark homer chance. Can we get another back-to-back? No. That'll be caught in left by Yelich. There's 2 outs. And now Justin Upton. 6-6 against a right-handed hitter is a strikeout to end the inning. 5-2, 1 run in the inning. So going to the 8th. Detroit in good position here. They will have Justin Wilson coming in to set up Frankie. Yeah, I guess they'll still use Frankie. Okay, Rod. But now a 3-run cushion here is Yelich leading off against the lefty Wilson. 6-3 lefty is a ballpark single chance, but it's only a 1-2. And that is going to be a liner to second base, and that's 1 out. So Marcell Ozuna. 3-5 against the lefty is a strikeout. And now Martin Prado. 1-10. He draws a walk. Brings up Derek Dietrich. 4-8 lefty is a single. Holding up at second will be Prado. And now the Tigers, they're going to go back to the pen. They're going to call on Alex Wilson here to face Hechavarria. So they're going to go righty-righty. Dietrich with a 2-out hit following the walk by Prado. Wilson goes 2/3 of an inning. But it's going to be Alex Wilson now coming on to try and get this held over. So 2 outs, runners at first and second, and here is Hechavarria. 2-8, and there's a fly ball to center. Underneath it may have been, he makes the catch, and that will be it. So no runs on 1 hit and 2 left. And the Tigers will get Francisco Rodriguez warming up. In theory, Alex Wilson would have been, no, it would have been Justin Wilson would have been their other option for closing. Whitgren will come back out and pitch a second inning. Unless he gets into trouble. So it'll be McGee first. Still 5-2. 2-9. That's a strikeout. Cameron Maben, 4-4 righty. Grounder to the shortstop. That'll be Hechavarria 1. And an E16. He gets to it. Makes the play. Now Iglesias. 2-4. Ballpark single. 1-11. And that's not going to be it. So liner to Hechavarria. 1-2-3 inning. So it comes down to this. Marlins need 3 runs, and it will be Francisco Rodriguez coming in to try and save this out. And it'll be Ichiro first to face him. 4-6 lefties, a grounder to second base. So that will be Kinsler throwing to first for the out. And now Marlins, pretty much their best option off the bench, be Giancarlo Stanton. Pinch hitting for Whitgren. Wait, what did I just do? Put him in the wrong spot. 1 out. 2-10. That's a strikeout. And now 1 out away. It'll be D. Gordon. 3-9. That's a triple, so that is life for Miami. Brings up JT Realmuto. Can he keep this inning going? You get 1 more guy on, and the tying run comes to the plate. 5-2, 2 outs, runner at third. That's a 1-5. That is a walk. That brings up Christian Yelich. Tying run at the plate. Not the way you want it if you're a Tigers fan. Here we go. 2 outs and maybe a wild pitch. K-Rod is a 1-16 wild pitch guy, and it's an 8. He will wild pitch, and that will score a run. and Real Muto will advance to second base. Do you want to put the tying run on? I don't think you do, although I'd rather face Asuna than Yelich. But we'll keep it that way. So here we go. 2 outs, 1 run across. It's 5-3. And here is Yelich tying run with Real Muto at second. 5-5 lefty. This is a grounder to second base. He throws over to first. Kinsler makes the play. And that is your ball game. They get 1 consolation run, but that's it. 5-3 is your final. Winning pitcher will be Justin Verlander. Losing pitcher will be Jose Urena. And K-Rod will get his save, although it was a little more adventurous than he would like. So, as far as K-Rod, that is his 9th save of the season. 44 in real life, so he is on his way to that. That would be about 15. So he needs 6 more before the season's out to match it. Verlander with the win. Let's see, what did Justin Verlander have for wins? 16-9. So his win-loss right now is 4-3. So 16 puts it at about 5 wins. And so this was his 5th win. So he is pretty close. He's right. Let me see this again. 16-9. So divide 16 by 3 is 5 and change. So Verlander gets 5. So basically, he's just had more decisions in this season than in previous seasons. But Urena, this is basically his 2nd start. So didn't pitch terrible, but just a couple of tough plays there in the 2nd inning. A couple of homers really just dug into him, and he couldn't make any real it didn't allow him. His offense just didn't come through. Kind of like one of those games where you feel like if you don't score 5 runs, then you're probably in trouble anyway, and that's exactly what happened to them. So anyway, again, happy Father's Day to all you guys who are watching after the fact. Again, your final here, 5-3 from Comerica Park. Verlander pitches 7 innings. Let's see, how many hits did he give up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits for him. 9 hits in total for the Marlins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts for Verlander, so a good haul there. 1 error. It looks like that was on Miguel Cabrera. I'm not going to worry about the left on base. And let's see for Tigers. Marlins might have out-hit the Tigers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, the hits were even. I think that Saltalamacchia home run was a real kick in the pants, or a real, kind of a blow there. The Marlins had some momentum going there, a couple of runs in those middle innings, but then once the homer from Saltalamacchia hit, that kind of slowed them down. So anyway, again, happy Father's Day. Hope everybody's had a chance to either play the games they want to go, or go do some sports, or just relax and visit with family. This is one of the weirder Father's Day because Father's Days, as far as I'm concerned, because we are in a place where a lot of us haven't seen our families in God knows how long. And, previous years when you just would think Father's Day, a year ago this Father's Day, a year ago today, well, I don't know if it's the exact day, but I was getting ready to go with my brother to um, boy, now I can't. It used to be called Jacobs Field, um, for a ball game and to play some golf. And spending time with my parents was, uh, you know, a good, it was part of that weekend, but never did I realize just how much it would stink to not have done that more in previous opportunities, if you know what I mean. Um, eh, well, I'll just leave it here because who knows how much longer it will be before I can see family. So that's a real bummer. It's a real kind of tough thing, and I'm sure a lot of you are following along with that in the same kind of problem area, which is just that they are not only family but friends. But because it's Father's Day, definitely seeing your dad on this day is something that a year ago or 2 years ago you would have just said, well, I'll see him in a couple of weeks or something, or I got something planned around the 4th, no biggie. Now it's like, oh my word, this is tough. So give them a call, let them know how you feel, let them know that you care, let them know that it's hurting you a lot to not be able to visit if you can, or whether you can or you can't. And you know um, I think that is something that our politicians and our media have sacrificed to an extent for us, because they have turned what we've gone through into such a spectacle to help themselves, that true information is very hard to come by. It doesn't get dealt with much in the mainstream, and it's a shame, because I think we have situations here where we have could have opportunities to change the way things are going. Um, we most of us see the way that people under the age of 70 or 80 are operating, and I don't think most of us feel like we need to be told that if you're if you're 30 years old, I'm not 30 anymore, but if you're 30 years old, that you need to stay inside and be scared to death because of COVID. Because I think we've seen that, by and large, you probably have just as much of a chance if you're out driving around as you do of catching the disease and having it actually. I mean, it might hurt you a little bit. Like, it might cause you some health issues for a period of time, but most everybody gets through it. Most people get through it. It's the elderly that have the trouble, and so, and that's where it's tough. Like I said, with parents, is because the parents, a lot of our parents are the ones in that elderly sector of society, and to visit them is a risk. And even, I mean, I would just love to go sit on the porch with them, and maybe that's something that I got to figure out a way to do here before too much longer. But it is a trek. So anyway, just make sure you tell your loved ones the way you feel. Spend some time with your family. If you get to play some games, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Just stay healthy, not only physically but mentally, because I think there's some aspect of this that is a mental malady as well. And yeah, just enjoy this Sunday and see you soon back here on Tabletop Baseball Plus. Hit the like button. Um, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and we will see you again soon here. Either myself, Tenacious Earl, or Tabletop Earl, my partner. Just trying to play some, finally getting in another tabletop game. It's been a little while, but we have one more round of the golf to go. So don't be surprised if that's the next thing up here pretty soon. So see you soon, and God bless everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday.